Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Kim. Today is Wednesday, November 30th, 2022. And we begin with The Rock returning to Hawaii to right a wrong from his past. When he was 14, long before Dwayne Johnson was a super wealthy actor, he was broke. And every day for a year, he would take a king-size Snickers bar from his local 7-Eleven without paying. The owner apparently knew the youngster had no money and would look the other way. But wrong is wrong, and it bothered The Rock ever since. On Instagram yesterday, he posted a video of him making amends. He went back to the same 7-Eleven, bought hundreds of Snickers bars, and then left them on the counter for anyone similarly short on cash. As he told his followers, "We can't change the past and some of the dumb stuff we may have done, but every once in a while we can add a little redeeming grace note to that situation and maybe put a big smile on some strangers' faces." For 90 minutes, politics stayed off the World Cup pitch, and when the final whistle blew, it was the U.S. moving on to the knockout stage and Iran going home. The American victory wasn't easy, 1-0 and a nail-biter, with the hero being Christian Pulisic. The face of U.S. soccer put his body on the line to score the only goal of the game, which was a must-win for the U.S. He suffered an ab injury in the process and ended up watching the second half from a hospital bed. But he told his teammates, "You best believe I'll be ready for Saturday, when the U.S. takes on the Netherlands. Game time, 10 a.m. Eastern." Congress is putting the brakes on what was shaping up to be a devastating holiday rail strike. You might remember that the U.S. was staring down train trouble a few months ago. All sides took a breather, but the extra time did little to help settle differences. Insiders started to call a walkout unavoidable, something that would make a mess of holiday shipping and potentially tank the nation's already fragile economy. President Biden asked lawmakers to step in. They agreed, and today are expected to vote to force a deal into place that would prevent more than 100,000 workers from striking as early as December 9th. We know Santa uses a sleigh, and an old-fashioned one at that. But his helpers? Some of them are going electric. Online retail giant Amazon has become the latest company to add more EVs to its fleet, announcing plans to put 1,000 electric vans into 100 U.S. cities in time for the end-of-the-year holiday rush. Carmaker Rivian is making the vehicles, which have reportedly delivered more than 5 million packages since the initial rollout in July. Amazon is committed to help stop climate change by reaching net zero carbon by the year 2040. Thanks to the internet, a stray cat named Fishtopher has found his forever home. Fishtopher, if you haven't seen pictures yet, is a rescue described by his New Jersey adoption center as a gentle, quiet couch potato with a sad, fat face. According to his Pet Finder post, Fishtopher is not a fish out of water, but he is out of sorts at the shelter. He is very depressed and will only eat when he has company. That cheekiness pulled at a bunch of heartstrings. Fishtopher's caretakers ended up with hundreds of inquiries about adopting him, and people even formed a line outside the center to see him. Now, with his new family, fame has followed. CBS News reports they've set Fishtopher up with his own Twitter and Instagram accounts, sharing pictures of him looking like a happy cat should. The profiles are also being used to highlight other cats that need to be adopted. That's it for KidNuz. A quick heartfelt thank you to everyone who thought of KidNuz when making their Giving Tuesday donations. The comments that accompanied your generosity definitely made our day. For those who haven't yet had time to show their support, it's never too late. Just visit our website at kidnuz.org. Now, today's KidNuz quiz. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson just tried to right what wrong from when he was 14? Stealing Snickers bars from his local 7-Eleven. Who won the U.S.-Iran World Cup match? The U.S. 1-0. Next stop, the knockout stage versus the Netherlands. Amazon will use electric vehicles for deliveries in how many U.S. cities by the end of this year? 100. What's the name of the rescue cat whose sad, viral face helped get him adopted? Fishtopher. In today's Kid News Kicker, if only all elections could be this friendly. According to CBS News, a Michigan City Council seat tie was recently decided the old-fashioned way, with two pieces of paper in a bowl, one reading elected, the other not elected. The two candidates who were tied with 616 votes each picked and, once the winner was determined, hugged it out, no hard feelings. Before we go, we want to say a big hello to our Kid News classrooms, starting with Mrs. Stone and Team 26 at Laurel Elementary in Menlo Park, California, Miss Buckley and her Soaring Eagles at Whispering Wind Academy in Phoenix, Arizona, Mrs. Moppin and her Mighty Panthers at Little Miami Elementary in Morrow, Ohio, Ms. Rivas and her Heroes at Purple Heart Elementary in El Paso, Texas, and Mrs. Thorington and her Wildcats at Weiss in Woodhaven, Michigan. Thanks for listening. Please rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll see you back here for more Kid News tomorrow morning.